The world keeps telling us that paradise is expensive, that turquoise waters, white sand beaches, jungle waterfalls, and slow island mornings are luxuries only the rich can afford. But somewhere in Southeast Asia, there's a country quietly proving everyone wrong. A place where your daily budget feels like a secret hack, where five-star views come with street food prices, and where locals welcome you like family, not customers. The Philippines in 2026 isn't just a destination. It's an awakening. From islands untouched by mass tourism to mountain towns where time seems to pause. This is where travelers realize that beauty doesn't have to drain your savings. And the most shocking part? Many people still don't know how cheap, real, and unforgettable it truly is. Traveling to the Philippines feels like stepping into a parallel world where your money stretches further than you ever imagined. A fresh seafood meal costs less than a coffee back home. Boat rides to postcard-perfect islands feel almost unreal in price. Budget-friendly goose houses come with ocean views that would cost hundreds elsewhere. But affordability is only the beginning. What truly hooks travelers is how alive everything feels. The laughter in local markets, the warmth of strangers who become friends, and the sense that every day offers something unexpected. In 2026, with improved infrastructure and easier island connections, exploring the country has become smoother than ever without losing its raw charm. This is the rare kind of travel where you spend less, but somehow gain more. One of the first places that shatters expectations is Siquijor, an island once whispered about as mysterious, even mystical. Today, it's quietly becoming one of the most affordable paradises in the country. Waterfalls cascade into emerald pools just minutes from the road, and beaches stretch endlessly without crowds. You can rent a motorbike for the cost of a taxi ride elsewhere and circle the entire island in a day. Accommodations remain shockingly cheap, especially for travelers willing to stay a little longer. What makes Siquijor special isn't just the price. It's the peace. Nights are silent except for waves and cicadas, and mornings feel slow, intentional, and deeply grounding. Then there's Camiguin, an island born of fire and shaped by time. With more volcanoes and towns, Camiguin offers landscapes that feel almost unreal: hot springs, cold springs, sunken cemeteries, and waterfalls hidden deep in the forest. Despite its beauty, it remains one of the most budget-friendly destinations in the Philippines. Local eateries serve hearty meals for just a few dollars, and family run-ins make travelers feel instantly at home. There's something humbling about swimming in crystal-clear springs, while knowing you spent less than the price of a fast food meal to get there. Camiguin isn't loud or flashy. It's quietly spectacular, rewarding those who choose depth over hype. Far from the beaches, the mountains of Sagada tell a different story, one of cool air, pine trees, and soul-searching silence. This highland town is a haven for travelers who want reflection without luxury prices. Sunrise hikes to Sea of Cloud viewpoints cost almost nothing, and cave adventures feel like stepping back in time. Sagada's charm lies in its simplicity: shared meals, handwritten menus, and conversations that last longer than planned. Accommodations are modest but cozy, often run by locals who treat guests like extended family. In a world obsessed with speed, Sagada reminds travelers that slowing down doesn't have to be expensive. It can be priceless. On the western edge of Palawan lies Port Barton, a coastal village that feels like El Nido before the crowds arrived. Dirt roads, barefoot locals, and calm turquoise waters define daily life here. Island hopping tours cost a fraction of what you'd pay in more famous spots. Yet the scenery is just as breathtaking. Snorkeling reefs explode with color, and deserted beaches make you feel like you've discovered something secret. Electricity may flicker, Wi-Fi may disappear, but that's part of the magic. Port Barton attracts travelers who value authenticity over polish, and who realize that the best moments often come when comfort is traded for connection. In the Visayas, Dumaguete quietly earns its reputation as one of the most livable and affordable cities in the Philippines. Known as a university town, it blends youthful energy with relaxed coastal charm. Cafes line the boulevard. Meals are incredibly cheap, and day trips to waterfalls, beaches, and nearby islands are easy and inexpensive. Dumaguete proves that you don't need to choose between comfort and budget. You can have both. It's the kind of place where travelers arrive for a few days and end up staying for months, seduced by low-cost, friendly faces, and a lifestyle that feels sustainable rather than rushed. Not far away is Siquijor's quieter cousin, Apo Island, a tiny volcanic island famous for its sea turtles and marine sanctuary. Despite its global reputation among divers, Apo remains incredibly affordable, especially for day trips or simple overnight stays. You don't come here for luxury. You come for moments that stay with you forever. Swimming alongside turtles in crystal clear water feels surreal, especially when you realize how accessible it is. The island's simplicity reminds travelers that some of the most profound experiences in life cost almost nothing, just curiosity, respect, and a willingness to be present. Back on larger islands, Iloilo often surprises travelers who expected little and discovered a lot. This city balances history, food culture, and affordability with ease. Heritage churches, river walks, and bustling markets create a rhythm that feels authentic and welcoming. Food is a highlight. Hearty local dishes served at prices that make eating out every day completely realistic. Iloilo isn't about spectacle. It's about comfort. It shows how traveling cheaply doesn't mean sacrificing quality. It often means discovering places that feel more real, more human, and more connected to everyday life. Island life takes on a new meaning in Romblon, a province made up of raw, unpolished beauty. Often skipped by mainstream tourists, Romblon offers marble-white beaches, dramatic cliffs, and fishing villages where time moves slowly. Transportation may take patience, but the reward is isolation without isolation's price tag. Lodging is basic but honest, and meals are often cooked fresh from sea. Romblon feels like the Philippines before the world started watching, a reminder that some of the cheapest places are also the most untouched. What ties all these places together isn't just affordability. It's the feeling that travel here still means something. In the Philippines, cheap doesn't mean rushed, crowded, or careless. It means accessible, human, and deeply memorable. As 2026 unfolds, these destinations stand as proof that paradise doesn't belong only to those with big budgets. It belongs to those willing to look beyond the obvious, follow curiosity over hype, and choose experiences over excess. And this is only the beginning. What makes traveling to the Philippines truly special is how quickly it stops feeling like a vacation and starts feeling like a life you could actually live. In many of these paradise spots, daily costs are so low that travelers begin to slow down naturally. You stop counting days and start counting sunsets. You cook with locals, ride jeepneys without rushing, and wake up without alarms. In 2026, more travelers are realizing that the most affordable trips aren't the shortest ones. They're the ones that allow you to stay long enough to belong. The Philippines offers something rare. The chance to experience island life not as a tourist, but as a temporary local, without financial stress chasing you every morning. In Bohol, affordability meets diversity in a way few destinations can match. One day you're standing before the surreal chocolate hills, and the next you're snorkeling alongside sea turtles in clear blue water. Entry fees remain low, transportation is cheap, and family-run resorts offer incredible value. Even popular areas feel manageable for budget travelers who know where to look. Bohol's charm lies in its balance: adventure and calm, nature and culture, exploration and rest. It's a place where travelers realize they don't need to sacrifice comfort to stay within budget, and where every peso spent feels like it delivers far more than expected. Further south, Siquijor's neighboring islands, like Negros Oriental's coastal towns, reveal another layer of affordable paradise. Places like Dawn offer world-class diving at prices that feel almost outdated. Volcanic sand beaches, quiet shorelines, and sunsets painted in deep orange hues become part of everyday life. Even non-divers find value here, with laid-back cafes, cheap accommodations, and easy access to nature. These towns aren't chasing trends or Instagram fame. They're offering something deeper, a rhythm of life that feels grounded, calm, and real. Travelers often arrive curious and leave changed, carrying the peace with them long after. In Mindanao, the island of Samul stands as one of the most underrated budget paradises in the country. Just a short boat ride from Davao City, Samul feels like a retreat without the retreat price. Beach resorts range from simple cottages to comfortable stays that cost less per night than a city hostel elsewhere in the world. Fresh fruit is abundant, seafood is affordable, and island hopping tours are priced for locals, not luxury travelers. Samul shows that you don't need remote isolation to feel far away from stress. Sometimes paradise is just closer and cheaper than anyone expects. Another hidden gem redefining cheap travel is Masbate, often known more for rodeos and beaches, but quietly holding some of the most pristine coastlines in the Philippines. Long stretches of untouched sand meet calm waters, ideal for swimming and reflection. Tourism here is still developing, which keeps prices low and interactions genuine. You won't find fancy beach clubs or overpriced tours. Just simple goose houses, friendly smiles, and landscapes that feel completely unfiltered. Masbate rewards travelers who value authenticity over convenience, proving that the most meaningful experiences often exist beyond the spotlight. Back in Luzon, Zambales offers an entirely different kind of paradise, one shaped by rugged coastlines, surf culture, and dramatic mountain backdrops. It's one of the most accessible and affordable coastal escapes from Manila, making it a favorite for travelers on tight budgets. Island hopping to Anawangan and Nags Coves feels cinematic, yet costs surprisingly little. Nights are spent under stars, mornings by the sea, and days move without pressure. Zambales reminds travelers that adventure doesn't need luxury. It needs openness, curiosity, and the courage to take the road less promoted. As more people search for meaningful travel in 2026, Leyte quietly steps into the conversation. Rich in history and natural beauty, Leyte offers waterfalls, beaches, and mountain views at prices that remain deeply local. Homestays and small inns keep costs down, while providing cultural immersion that hotels simply can't replicate. Here, travel becomes a shared experience. Stories are exchanged, meals are communal, and every interaction feels sincere. Leyte isn't trying to impress. It's simply being itself, and that honesty resonates deeply with travelers seeking more than surface-level beauty. One of the most overlooked budget paradises is Dinagat Islands, a place so visually stunning it feels almost fictional. Limestone formations rise dramatically from emerald waters. Caves hide secret lagoons, and beaches remain nearly empty. Despite its cinematic landscapes, costs stay low due to limited exposure. Boat tours are affordable, accommodations are basic but welcoming, and nature does most of the talking. Dinagat doesn't just offer cheap travel, offers wonder. It's the kind of place that resets expectations, reminding travelers how powerful untouched beauty can be when it's still accessible. What these destinations reveal is a truth many travelers are rediscovering. The cost of travel isn't just about money, it's about mindset. The Philippines rewards those willing to trade excess for experience, luxury for learning, and speed for presence. Cheap travel here doesn't feel like compromise. It feels like freedom. Freedom to stay longer, explore deeper, and connect more honestly. In a world where travel often feels transactional, these places bring back the emotional core of why people started traveling in the first place. As the sun sets on another island horizon, one thing becomes clear. The Philippines in 2026 isn't just one of the cheapest places to travel. It's one of the richest in moments, stories, and human connection. These paradise spots prove that you don't need endless funds to live fully, explore deeply, or feel alive. Sometimes, all it takes is a courage to go where the value isn't measured in price tags, but in memories that last long after the journey ends.